What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode on Code with Annie. And in this episode, we're going to take a look at the garbage collection concept in Java. So I'm going to divide this into two videos. This particular video will focus only on the concept of garbage collection in Java and what is the theory behind it. The next video will speak about the algorithm that runs behind the garbage collection in Java. Okay? So without further ado, let's get started. In garbage collection, what Java does is basically remove the objects that are no longer in use. So it's called as the cleanup process in Java. So you remember that you can create any object in Java just like this, right? Let's say I create an array list in Java. I can say list space integer equal to space a list is equal to new array list. So behind the scenes, what will happen here is Java will allocate some memory, okay, in a heap space for this particular object, okay? And that object will remain in that space for as long as you're using this object, okay? At a certain point of time, what happens is this object, when it is no longer used or invoked again and again, it will be garbage collected or it will be cleared from the memory. So how this happens is there are three portions of memory in garbage collection. One is called as the hidden space, okay? One is called as survivor space, and one is called as the tenured space. So what are the three spaces here? So whenever an object is newly created in Java, just like this array list here, it will be put into the hidden space, are put here, okay? And every time a garbage collection happens, that algorithm is triggered, right, by JVM. JVM will invoke garbage collector, and garbage collector will try to identify the objects that need to be eliminated or removed from memory, and it will look into the hidden space. So all the objects that are not frequently used in hidden space are removed from here, okay? Certain objects which don't get removed by the garbage collector from hidden space, those objects get to move into the survivor memory. So survivor space is nothing but objects that are not garbage collected from hidden space, which means these are objects that are still in use, but they are not as frequently used. So they are not actually garbage collected, but they moved into the survivor space because they survived a garbage collection process more than one time. So those objects get moved into survivor memory, okay? And if something remains in the survivor memory for too long, it gets moved into the tenured space, which means these are objects that have outlived their survivor space. That means they are something which is integral part of your application, meaning these objects cannot be deleted as long as your application is running. So tenured space contains objects, okay, that have been in survivor space for a long time. So those objects get moved into tenured space. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that behind the scenes, whenever someone asks you what a garbage collector does, you can mention that there are three spaces or three allocations of memory in garbage collection itself, subdivision of memory basically, and one memory deals with all the latest objects that keep getting created. They're put into the hidden space. Those who survive this garbage collection from hidden space are moved into survivor space, and those who survive in the survivor space for a long time, they get moved into the tenured space of garbage collection, okay? Now all these places, the memory which I'm talking about is called as the heap memory. So this is where the objects are created and put, and this is where the objects get buried as well, and the memory is freed, okay? Heap in itself is a data structure, which I will talk about in data structures and algorithms playlist, so stay tuned for that. But for now, just know that the memory where the objects are assigned is the heap memory, okay? So this is the very fundamental concept behind the garbage collection algorithm, in the sense that this is the theory behind the garbage collection in Java. And what happens during the invocation process is JVM will call the garbage collector, and garbage collector will invoke something called as a finalize method, okay? This is an empty implementation, meaning it does not have any implementation. If you want, you can override the finalize method. This is part of the object class, okay? So once finalize is called, it means that the objects that are present in that particular class will be garbage collected automatically. So keep in mind that finalize is the trigger point for garbage collection, okay? And whenever garbage collection happens, this particular method is invoked. So if you want to do something before completion of this method, you can override this method and perform any activity you want within that. Let's say you want to create something else, or you want to do something else, or you want to manually create some objects there. So you are free to do that within the overridden part of the finalize method, okay? So that's pretty much it that I wanted to share for this video. This is just the concept. So the three important keywords to note here is the hidden space, survivor space, and tenured space, and how objects get moved between the different spaces. Okay. I hope this video was quite helpful to you guys. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe to CodeWithAni if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video with the garbage collection algorithm as well. Okay. Stay tuned, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.